Hey, Dr. Tom. Mason here. I heard you were talking to my business partner, Nico. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I'm going to give you guys actionable advice, things you can do to improve the registration rate of your webinar here. And before I dive in, I'll show you why I'm qualified to give you this advice. Really quick here, we recently ran tests for a guy named Kayala Kanai who has a massive webinar funnel. I'm not sure if you've heard of him, but I'll just show you real quick results of one of the tests we ran. His webinar registration rate went from 18.58 to 21.15 just from one test. We run tests like that all the time. So check this out. Let's go into mobile. Actually, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to make sure that you have Google Analytics installed because we always want to make our decisions based on data. Okay. So, wow, no Google Analytics. Okay. Definitely 100% get Google Analytics installed, and I'll tell you why. Okay. First things first, you can see your average session duration. What we can do is we can see how long people are spending on this page on average, and then we can cross-reference that with how long this video actually is. Let's say it's a, let me get the link. Where is the link? For some reason my YouTube's down. No worries. Okay, let's say this is a 10-minute video, right? And your average session duration is only 2 minutes. Okay, that's going to tell us majority of people are not watching this video. Next thing I recommend is you're using YouTube to host the video. Not the best option. I recommend Wistia because you can actually watch the watch time retention, see how long people are watching the video, what the average drop-off rate is, and where they're dropping off, because I'm sure of it that this video is a huge conversion asset, right? And if majority of people are not watching it, then boom, there's your drop-off right there. So another thing you can do in analytics is you can see your traffic split, mobile and desktop. I'm sure majority of it's mobile. It's very common nowadays. And you'll also be able to see your average bounce rate. Okay, what percentage of people that land on the page actually hop off instantly, how long people are staying on the page. This will all give you actual insight on what to test and why based on data, okay? So check this out. I'm gonna put into mobile iPhone SE, based on my experience, is the smallest possible screen size people still use nowadays. Could only be 2% of your user base, but when I optimize for mobile, I always optimize for the smallest screen size possible. That way, you know, everyone wins and we're converting all users as many as possible, no matter what screen size they're on, right? So whenever you're reviewing your funnel, recommend putting an iPhone SE. A lot of people will think, oh, iPhone XR, right? My register now button's above the fold, but no, iPhone SE, you can see below the fold, so things to keep in mind. First things first, just for congruency, probably want to make this a PNG for transparency. It's really bulky and in your face. Register now. First thing you're going to want to test is the CTA. I would say yes, reserve my seat now. I'll show you again a real quick test we ran for Kayala that worked really well specifically on his webinar registration CTA. Where are we? Okay, WebReg CTA style. Okay, so this is what's working really well. Yes, save my seat now, right? And we, again, you can see results here, 17.23 to 19.04. But adding the word free really improved the opt-in rate here, right? So first thing first for you guys, I would test yes, register my seat now, or yes, save my seat now. Adding that word my really converts really well, gives people ownership of the action. And then I would say in the subtext, so it would be yes, save my seat now, register for the free training, right? I see the word free here, but put in the actual CTA as well. Okay. Next quick tip for you guys, get a software called Hotjar. Okay, it's a heat map software. I'm going to show you a quick example from a current client of ours. What it's going to allow you to do is see, number one, where your average fold is. Okay, we can see here's the average fold. 90% of users see this average fold. And then we can identify where users naturally drop off, right? So their actual buy button, only 60% of users are seeing it. Okay, so for you guys, without Hotjar, we don't know what percentage of users are actually seeing that first initial CTA. Another thing with Hotjar you can do, and again, it's a free software, but you can upgrade as depending how much traffic you guys are getting. You can see what buttons people are actually clicking here. Okay, so for this main initial CTA here, it's getting most of the action. For whatever reason, people are clicking on this logo. What does this mean for you guys? Okay, for whatever reason, people could be clicking on the featured on, expecting it to take them to abc.com, blah, blah, blah. Maybe it's confusing. Name of the game when it comes to conversion rate optimization is we want to look at our data. Okay, we can see 90% of users are seeing this as our average fold, right? Okay, now we can see people are clicking on this, but it's not progressing them further down the buying journey. So maybe we want to test redesigning this image so it gets less engagements, less confusing. The fewer the clicks, the better to get them to your main goal, which here is to have them register, right? Another thing that's worked really well is putting a little testimonial below the CTA. That's worked really well for some of our clients. So that's just a word of advice for you. But again, without Hotjar, you don't know how many people are seeing these testimonials, right? These testimonials are what I consider critical conversion assets. And without Hotjar, you won't be able to identify how many users are actually seeing those assets. Okay, so as I scroll down here, I'll give you an example. This particular client, right? Radio Shack is massive for them. We identified, okay, only 46% of users are seeing Radio Shack. That's a huge endorsement. Maybe you want to test moving that further up the funnel so more users see it and it drives further action. Okay, so I'm scrolling down here. Claim your spot now. I like this CTA a lot. I get rid of the word your. Again, the word my works really well. Just trust me on this. I've tested it a ton. Claim my spot now. Reserve my seat now. Guarantee that's going to give you a jump right at the gate. Okay. And then also testing moving these testimonials a little bit further up. So let me click register. Let's see. Okay. You have a widget here. Register now is below the fold, but this is a widget, so I'm not sure you can actually control this. So yeah, test a testimonial here. Secret, blah, blah, blah. Claim your spot now. You might want to test adding a few different CTAs also as they're going through the testimonials potentially. Okay. So hope this gave you guys a ton of value. Go ahead and test these things. I personally prefer Google Optimize. Looks like you're potentially on ClickFunnels here. This looks like a ClickFunnels funnel. But if this was valuable to you guys, I would love to hop on a call with you. We run split tests like this on a monthly basis for our clients, and we get outstanding results. I'll show you some results real quick. I show you KALAs from 1.21 to 1.32, 2.62 to 3.14, 1.4 to 1.92, 1.33 to 2.57, right? I've been doing this for quite some time. So get back with Nico. We'll love to schedule a call with you guys and see how we can potentially work together. Peace.